Welcome to the second part of the series, 3 Things to Know. And today we're going to talk about nuts. Nuts are nutritious and delicious and a very important part of a healthy diet. 3 things you may want to know, you may not know, and hope this helps. The first one would be, which type of nuts should you eat? The roasted ones, the chocolate covered ones, the raw ones, what is best? Ideally, you would have the raw type soaked, because you want to get rid of that protection chemical that protects the nut itself, and by soaking them it kind of like helps them to be better digested in our body. As far as the roasted, salted, or fried, or chocolate covered, or sugar covered, although delicious, and yes, they are delicious, I understand, you want to stay away from those or have them as a treat. It's not something you want to have on a daily basis and think, oh, I'm having nuts and it's healthy. These types are not healthy. You need to look at them as a treat, as candy, as something savory, whatever type you're having, but it's definitely not the type that is considered healthy to our diet. That was number 1. Number 2, and by the way, stay with me until the end because I have a little tip. Number 2 would be the caloric intake when having nuts. Just something to consider. Nuts are very high in calories normally, and that's okay, that's fine. But if you're trying to include it as a part of your diet and you're trying to maintain a certain amount of caloric intake and not pass it, or maybe even reduce a caloric intake, you want to make sure you understand that nuts are very high in fat and therefore very high in calories. Just to give you an example, 100 grams or 4 ounces, I think it is, of chicken breast would be around 100 calories, something like that. In comparison to 100 grams or 4 ounces of walnuts, they would be about almost 800 calories. So same weight, but quite a large amount of calorie difference. So keep that in mind. And number 3, if you want to get the most benefit out of nut eating, that would be combining them with ideally vegetables. Sometimes fruits as well, but vegetables are the best. So one of the most popular snacks to have the ants on a log, you know, when you have the celery stick and then you fill it in the middle with some nut butter and then maybe a couple of raisins on top, whether you like it or not. This is a perfect type of snack. Or if you want to have some slices of apple on a fruit side, if you prefer fruit as opposed to vegetables, a couple slices of apples dipped in nut butter, that would also make your body better absorb all the goodies that you can find in nuts. The little tip that I have for you is coming up. So if you are thinking of nuts, which of them would be the highest in fat? So I'll give you a little second to think. Any guesses? I'll let you know. We are talking about macadamia and pecans. These 2 are rated the highest in fat and caloric intake. So just something to keep in mind. Hope this was informative. If you liked it, don't be shy. Share this information, pass it on, move it forward, like it, comment, ask questions away, and I'll see you next time.